up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt. Today is Monday, August 15th, 2022. On deck for today's show, we give our thoughts on Friday's preseason game between the Falcons and the Lions and break down what we saw on the offense and defense. But before we get into all that, man, you know I got to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know them, ladies, because you love them. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Huggy Bear himself, my man, LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my dude?
What's there, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
Man, and y'all know who it is. I know he got football practice today because he's a coach. And, you know,
yes, sir.
Back then, y'all didn't want him. Now he's hot. Y'all all on him. It's my man, who?
It's the Wolverine coach, Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Well, welcome back to the show, everybody. We're going to start this show off with a recap of Friday. Give it to us, Curt.
All right, man. So, you know, before we get into what we thought about the game, let's take a look at some of the stats from the game. So we look at Lions versus Falcons. The Lions had more first downs, 26, passing first downs, 21. The Falcons led in rushing, first downs, but, that's, to be noticed. Interesting. The Lions went 50%, right around 50% on third down efficiency. Not great, but that's an improvement of what we had last year. Riverboat Dan, 2 for 2 on on fourth downs. He always gonna roll that dice, you know what I'm saying? So in total yards, the Lions had more yards than the Falcons, 393 yards. And that went along with time of possession. You look at the time of possession, the Lions had about seven minutes of total game time more. You had 26 minutes for the Falcons and 33 for the Lions. I think for me, the glaring thing that stood out for me is it was a pretty clean game. I mean, the Lions had 4 penalties for the game.
Wow.
That's it. 35 yards. I mean, you look at it, the passing was definitely a point of emphasis, 292 yards between the 3 quarterbacks. And really, Jared Goff didn't do that much passing. I mean, he did 3 for 4, 47 yards, but it is what it is. He only had 1 drive. He didn't have to throw the ball because most of the rushing yards that Lions had, 101, most of them came on those first couple drives. And, we saw what the Lions did on the offensive side of the ball. But just to kind of give some quick thoughts, man, before we kind of, I kick it over to you guys. The offense looked sharp. There were some good plays on defense, but a ton of mistakes. I thought it was what I expected it to be. It's a preseason game where the starters played 1 series. Yeah. It was what I thought it was. I'm not going to lose my crap because we lost the game at the end of the, lost on a Hail Mary pass at the end of the game. I'm not going to lose my crap on that. I'll get into the specific players, what I thought about some of the specific players later on in the show. But overall, it's a preseason game, man. I ain't gonna panic about this thing. I'm not gonna. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lose my shit over over the preseason game. I saw some deficiencies that can be addressed by coaching. I still believe some personnel moves need to be made to address some of the others. The roster is not 100%. Cut down days are coming. We got a first cut down day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So cut 5 guys tomorrow. So you look at that, and we'll see if Brad Holmes adds some pieces to this roster prior to the season opener. I wouldn't say I wouldn't expect a splash player, but I would expect, maybe a good seasoned veteran or
good defensive tackle.
Yeah, a defensive tackle, or maybe lo and behold, a linebacker. But we'll talk about the defense later on about the linebackers, but that's my thoughts on the game. It was what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? It was that the Denny Green. It was what I thought it was. They were who they thought we. You know what I'm saying? Whatever however saying goes, but it just was a game that the offense looked the way that we saw all camp long. They were sharp. The first team came out. They just took the ball straight down the field, and it was like, okay, let's go. And the defense was like, yeah, you need to work, bro. You need to do some more up downs and run the hill a couple more times. But
let's wait for something.
Yeah. Other than that, though, what do you guys think about? I mean, just your overall thoughts of the game, because we know we're gonna get into specifics about the offensive defense on your segments. But what do you guys think about the game overall?
The first team was accurate. Offensively, they was efficient. It went smoother actually than any of us thought that it would go. That first drive, they were efficient. Other than that, it was just backups playing backups, and it was what it was. I mean, it wasn't bad. We definitely had our bright spots. We got to see a couple guys. I wanted to see Craig Reynolds run the ball more, but that's just what it is. I kind of Netflix is my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see him. I want to see him down, doing more of that down the field, man. But it is what it is, man. But it was good to see Jamal took a few carries, man, and it was what it was. It wasn't really too much that you could really say about it besides we lost in the end. But I mean, it was good competitive, and I'll get more into that, when we break down the offense.
Okay, what you got, LL?
Right. Pretty much same sentiments. I watched the game. First team offense looked real good. First team defense looked decent outside of those boot plays and when the quarterback got outside of the pocket and made some things happen. But first preseason game, I'm not gonna take too much into it. I do like what you said, Curt. Some things can be changed with coaching, and I'm actually looking for some things to be changed with coaching. Because I got faith in our coaching staff. So I'm looking to see how they react as well as some of the players and things like that. So we'll see. First preseason game.
Yeah, definitely. And here's my deal with the preseason, man. And I know, I've seen fans online just like losing their crap already. Oh, like the season's over. Do this a preseason game. Please sit down. Second of all, most of the time, the play calling in preseason is super vanilla on both sides of the ball. Right. They're causing the base defense. Ain't a lot of exotic blitzes coming. Maybe a straight. You see Jared Davis and Derek Barnes. They were kind of just straight blitzing. It wasn't ain't no stunt or twist anything like that. It's just straight up. You just kind of line up and go. Come on, man. That's just what it is. And when you play that side of football, both offenses have a advantage just because of the fact that it's just kind of just straight forward and go, because the defense has to react. And if they get out of position because of a play, because they're usually just going forward or, covering them a guy, it is what it is, man. It's preseason, man. Stop freaking playing with me.
And a lot of people, a lot of the negative comments I hear is more so about the defense, which, some of it is warranted, but you also got to remember, you also got to remember, it was a very close call penalty, but they wiped out our pick. Like we had a
that was not a penalty. Out on them. That was not a penalty.
So either, but
Jared Davis got blocked into the quarterback by his own guy. Right. And they call it
right.
I'm like, get out of here with that. It is. So
go ahead,
get out of here with that. Yeah.
So the defense didn't look as bad as some people may say or may think that it did.
For real. And shout out to my man, right? I got to give a shout. You said something about my man, Netflix, and I have to mention this because Coach E. Reynolds, which is his dad, liked some of my tweets and retweeted them this weekend. So shout out to Netflix Pops. You know what I'm saying, for hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey man, if you like it. Go, what you got?
But you know what though? I feel like the fan base is a little over emotional because if we would have came out and we would have dog walked them, they'd be like, see, I told you, we about that deal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's preseason game 1, man, and you know, people like, you know, they judging like the temperature of what the team is going to be. And I just feel like y'all just gotta pump the brakes, man. Starters only out there.
I mean, the game was competitive. I mean, and to be honest with you, we'll talk about that later. But hey, if you like this content, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. You know, we're on that march to 4K, man. This is Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. And, you know, the family discussion topic for today is, let's give us your initial thoughts on the game. I mean, for real. Like, you know, what are your thoughts about the first preseason game? It doesn't have to be breakdown, you know what I'm saying? It could just be, oh, I liked it, oh, I didn't, was what it was, or, you know, you can, you know, share whatever you thought, man. If you be like, oh, man, same old Lions, you know, we might not agree with you, and we might, you know, say and tell you to sit down somewhere, but we'll at least listen to you. I mean, I'm just saying for real. But we want to hear what you got to say, man. You know, this is what it is. But that is a family discussion topic for today. Is what are your thoughts on the Lions' first preseason game? All right, man. And y'all know what it is. It's the 3rd week of the Curt Cap Switch Up. I know you see this OD green, baby. We are doing the Salute the Service caps this week. So this one's kind of a little different. And the reason being is that the flag on the hat is in Honolulu blue and the OD green. That's the only one that, as far as has the Honolulu blue inside the flag. So, you know, so take note.
Okay.
I keep telling y'all, you know, I'm gonna ask you some questions about this thing because, you know, hey, at the end of this thing, we're gonna autograph a cap for you. We're gonna send it to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have a couple different rare caps that I've kind of retired. So, you know, you might get one. It'll be clean and everything like that. So, you know, but we'll go ahead. We continue the Curt Cap Switch Up, man. It's just fun. And, you know, just to kind of see, you know, what I have in my stable and my arsenal of caps, man. All right. So let's go ahead and hit my man up, man. Y'all hear the theme music. Man, big huggy low down, my man. He coming to the stage because he is the player of all players from the Himalayas. LL, what you got for your topic today, my man?
I got a question though. I think I know what song that is, but what song is that beat that you doing?
Oh man, that's that
explosive.
Explosive.
That's it. All right. Well, you know, thank you for that, Curt. And good morning, good Monday morning to y'all. So I'll just give a brief overview of the offense, what we saw on Friday in that first preseason game. Like I said, first team offense looked very good. Offensive line looked very strong. Running backs were able to do some things out there. Didn't really look like well, it looked like we had been practicing. It looked like, you know, what an NFL offense should probably look like in a lot of respect. You know, as it went on down the line, you know, some things changed. Different quarterback play helped us to, you know, look a little bit different. Who I don't remember, I think it was Tim Boyle that got in the game second, you know, having the touchdown to Devin Funchess. I ended up seeing that part of it. Tim Boyle didn't look as bad. He didn't really look that good either, but, you know, he's a backup. I know everybody's favorite person, you know, not like David Blau did look bad. And in certain spots, he didn't look as bad as, you know, some may report, but overall, like I said, just by units, I guess, first team offensive line looked very strong. The rest of the guys, the backups, and some of the line shifts around. You know, some work to be done there, but you know, those are backups, and some of them undrafted free agents like Abina Eze and things like that. You know, some players, you know, didn't have the best game, but you know, it's again the first game of the preseason, and some of these players are here to be in camp anyway, and this is their shot to show what they could do. We didn't get to see the DJ Chark connection or DJ Reynolds or Craig Reynolds. Or not sorry, is it Craig Reynolds? What's the wide receiver? Is that
Reynolds, man.
Josh Reynolds.
My apologies.
What the hell is going on?
It's Monday morning and I'm sleepy. That's what's wrong. But Josh Reynolds, my apologies. We didn't get to see, you know, some of the things that we've seen in practice and things like that. But maybe they might be saving it for the season.
Yeah.
Kurt mentioned that, a lot of times preseason you don't really get to see the real thing. You're just putting something out there go out there and put it out there. So, but the connection to Amon-Ra St. Brown still looks good. He's looking in. It looks like their timing is in place. I mentioned the touchdown to Devin Funchess. That looked real good. Just the fade. One thing, do y'all remember how it seemed like earlier in his career, Matt Stafford would never throw that fade? That was just weird to me. I always wondered that. Like, why wouldn't he ever throw the fade? But just looked good to see.
He just threw it up to Calvin. He just went and got it. He didn't got to throw a fade to dude. If the UQ throw to the dude, he just jump and grab it with 5 dudes standing around him. I mean, you don't have to throw that pass.
I mean, he didn't do it as often as I feel like he might have should have with Megatron out there. But he did, he would get the Megatron. But I'm just speaking about the fade to Devin Funchess looked real good. One thing, Devin Funchess, he didn't do the, like he normally does when he catch it.
He was at home. I understand that. You got to boss up.
It might have been one of those. Like you see, he kind of stopped and then he just went down to one knee. So maybe it's like, thank you, God. But the next time I'm bossing up on y'all last. So we'll see. But overall, I'm not overall, I'm not that mad at the offense. We will address the backup quarterback at some point in our lifetime. So either this year, next season, or seasons after that, however it goes. But I'm not that mad. Offensive line looked at good running backs. We're able to do some things, and we end up being able to put up some points. So if y'all have anything, what do you guys have on it?
Yeah, that run game, man, is going to be much improved this year. If that offensive line can stay healthy, man, because them big fellas was moving something. You got, Frank Ragnow was pancaking. Frank Ragnow pancaked the Falcons defensive lineman and Big V at the same time, just pushed both of them over. I was like, come on, Big Frank, come on. You can't be showing up like that. But you look at that thing, man, and those guys was moving some people. They had some big running lanes. You look at that cutback run by Jamal Williams, man, that was a huge running lane. So you look at that, even the cutback run by the counter on the touchdown by DeAndre Swift. There was some huge running lanes out down there on that goal line from the 9. And that's something that we haven't done, is like running in from that far out. It's like,
right.
I'm liking that. Like you said, the St. Brown picked up, ran right where he left off. Didn't need to see that chart thing, but I think that'll be all right. But hell, we didn't need to, because we just marched down the field. I mean, if you didn't have to throw it to him, Brock Wright, did some good cleanup duty standing in for TJ Hawkinson. It is what it is. Yeah. Backup quarterbacks, they turned the ball over. Okay. It was in opportune times, because both of those scores, even the last one, led to the game-winning touchdown. But it is what it is. Tom Kennedy. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
Tom Kennedy will be around in Detroit for another year. Some people aren't projecting him to not make the roster or he at least got to be on the practice squad. That dude caught everything. I mean, he caught absolutely.
A protected practice squad player.
I mean, come on, man. Come on now. That dude is showing and improving. He got to be around. I mean, he got to be somewhere on this roster. I mean, I'm not saying he has to make the 53, but come on, practice. He got to be a reserve or something, because that dude he balled out. He's a backup, and he was against backup. So, but he stood out among all the backups, on both teams. So, those top 3 running backs, right? They held their position. And check this out. Williams, Swift, and Reynolds, check out what they average per rush. Williams averaged 6 yards. Swift averaged 5 yards. And Reynolds averaged 4.3 yards respectively. I mean, for real. I mean, I'm liking that. I'm liking that production from those top 3. Right? And that's probably why you didn't see Reynolds more, Coach Mike, because he did what he needed to do. A couple runs, they were like, all right, you good. Come sit down. But overall, man, like I said, man, it's a preseason. I wasn't too high or too low. It is what it is. You'd like to see some production. You saw what you thought you were going to see out of the first team offense. They did what they needed to do and just marched the ball down the field. And that's what they're supposed to do. They got one shot at it. Go ahead, dude. They took it down the field, chewed some clock up. But actually, the first drive was pretty fast. The Falcons really That was their drive that ate up the first quarter, but that first they just went down there, play action to my man St. Brown and what's his name? Brock Wright caught a pass, but the rest of that drive was pretty much on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got Brown, St. Brown caught 2 passes. I think Brock Wright caught 1, and that was it. I mean, the rest of it was like, let's just run the ball down their throats, and that's what I like to see coming on our offense. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying, piggybacking off of that Tom Kennedy, we need to go on and get a second round pick from the Patriots for him and market him like he's Julian Edelman. And you know, I'm just saying, and it's not because he's white. I know how y'all be thinking. I know, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying he could be the next Julian Edelman over there in that Patriots scheme. So we need to think about marketing him for a second round pick, maybe a third round pick. But I think, you know. But you know what? The backup quarterbacks didn't play that bad. Not as bad as they've been looking in camp. First and foremost, Tim Boyle, he looked better than what he has been. He wasn't very accurate because he only had 56.3 completion percentage, but he did look a little better. That pass, the Funches that they threw, then that deep pass down the sideline.
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, to Khalif Raymond. Yeah. So he was way more accurate than he had been in camp. But what me and LL seen on that Family Fun Day, because I was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. But and then, you know what? David Blau actually looked really good. David Blau on that I think it was 35-yard pass to Javon McKinley. He looked good, man, and he was accurate on that. And also his footwork in the pocket on that I think it was a 24-yard pass to Tom Kennedy. His footwork in the pocket showed you why David Blau should be our backup, because when you have your backup in, he has to bring something else to the table besides what the starter brought because he's a backup. You know what I'm saying? So he has to bring that other element in, and his footwork in the pocket was spot on. That like I said, that little pass to Tom Kennedy was good, man. But overall, I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of the run game because it was 30 passes to 28 runs. Overall, we had 58 plays. That, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see more like 35 runs to, you know what I'm saying, to like 27 passes or something like, you know what I'm saying? Something like, you know, something more like that. But you know, like I said, it's first preseason game, man. I ain't gonna get my boxers in a bunch, man. But you know, it is what it is. It was a decent showing from the Lions offense.
Yeah, for real, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and like the content, man. Like the video. Comment on the video, man. Comment in the comment section. I know y'all gonna chat it up in the live chat, but comment on the video in the comment section, man. You know what we do. We pick 6 of those things to read on the next show. And answer the family discussion topic, or tell us what you thought about the offense, man. Just go ahead and hit us up in the comment section, man. And your comment may make, you know what I'm saying, the show. And we getting more and more people, diverse audience hitting us up, man. And, you know, we're giving new names every time or on the last couple shows in the comment section. So go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? You might be featured right here on the show, man. Hey, if you want to get yourself some Lions gear, because, you know, on the Curt Cap Switch Up, I tell you where I get all these caps. I get them over at fanatics.com, man. Go ahead, click the link in the description below. It is probably where you're going to get everything. They even got a new Fanatic store inside of Ford Field. They're opening up a new fan store. Fanatics is right there in Ford Field. So go ahead and get your gear. If you can't make it to Ford Field, go to fanatics.com, man. And the link provides us with some extra revenue for the show. You know, a tiny portion of the sales go to us right here on the show, help to grow this content. Man, if you want to hang out with us, kind of, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, I know we were hanging out on Friday in the LNU app. We were in the game day chat, man, hanging out, talking trash, man. It was some good times. So go ahead and download the app. It's Lions Nation Unite. You can get it in your Google, Android, or Apple app stores, or go to your web browser and put in lionsnationunite.com. It is the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. You can watch this content right over there in that app, man. You ain't got to leave. You just hang out with us right there in the app. So go ahead and check it out, man. If you want more content from us, just go to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com, or you can, while you're there, get yourself some Lions on the Prowl gear at LionsOnTheProwlShop.com, or you want LNU gear, because, you know, I talked about them already. Going over to Lions Nation Unite shop. The link's in the description below, man, and get yourself some gear. If you want to support the American Cancer Society of Michigan and support my man, Big Lion, man, click that link in the description for the Roll Up Foundation, man. And all the proceeds from that go to the American Cancer Society. So go ahead and get yourself some Roll Up gear and support Big Lion, man. If y'all know who he is, if y'all got season tickets, he's the guy on the cover of the season tickets for this year. So go ahead and check that thing out, man. Big Lion, man, my man up there from the SAG, nasty. All right, man, let's switch to the defensive side of the ball. And we got to go to the defensive coach for the defensive side of the ball. What you got, big dog? What's up, Coach Mike? Tell us about that defense, bro.
All right, well, I just want to let y'all know that all this happy shit is over with. Yeah, we about to get into some shit. Hey, man, enough. Hey, enough of the good times is over.
Okay.
So let me bring this up, man. Shit. Okay. let me name something for y'all. Let me just start off. 9.8, 6.6, 8.3, 7.7, 15, and 3.3. What is them? Them is the yards average for the Falcons per carry. Yeah. So, man, boy, them boys is terrible. So I mean, the thing is, man, is we did have some good spot play. Like I said, Aiden Hutchinson had the highest PFF grade of any rookie in week 1 of preseason. So shout out to Aiden Hutchinson. But man, that's too many damn yards, man. We, like I said, for all those people who are like, oh man, we finna be a pass rushing cut it out, man. We need another big man in the middle to command that double team, to free up some of our guys on the outside, to free up a linebacker or something, man, because we was getting blocked. It was bad. And then also, I was looking at Desmond Ridder, because that's a guy that I wanted second, third round. I was like, man, we need to pull a trigger on Desmond Ridder. He didn't have too much of an accurate day. We did, kind of shut him down because he was only 10 or 22, which is horrible for 45.5 percentage. But he had 2 touchdowns though. So, then he had 6 rushes for 59 yards. So the stats is just they're a little skewed, you know what I'm saying, and the overall, But Jared Davis did show some good flashes. He did. So did Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes showed some good flashes. Chase Lucas was out there. He had his play out there, man. So he was doing this thing, man. Really, it just came from up front. Up front is really where the problem lied. The linebackers didn't look that bad. Not as bad as we thought they would be. It was more of the defensive line, man, which makes me sad, and it also makes me like, all right, y'all, I'm not gonna make Coach Jones get out there and then turn up. But we just, like I said, our defensive backfield is gonna be the bread and butter of this team. They held Ridder for 10 to 22. So as long as we get our defensive line straight and the back end is good, that should ease the responsibility on the linebackers, and that should make for a better defensive season this year, man. But overall, we got some work. We definitely got some work. But what do y'all think, man?
Yeah, I think that the runs by the quarterback is. Well, you just said something about our secondary. It's probably the reason why they had so much success running the quarterbacks running, because the coverage downfield was pretty good. So, but Hutch is as advertised, man. That young fella is going to be a problem. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this, but I kept seeing it on Twitter. How in the hell did I miss the Michael Jackson celebration after the tackle for loss? He did the leg kick, man. Go check it out on Twitter, man. I was like, look at my man doing the Michael Jackson. I'm like, okay. But the defense is going to make. I think it still can make life hard for opposing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Now, the linebackers, right? They had some struggles, but like I said earlier, these mistakes are kind of coachable, right? Over pursuit, gap integrity plagued those linebackers. You saw it from Jared Davis. You saw it from Rodrigo. You saw it from Derek Barnes, where they were, got out of position over pursuing. Now, this is a new attacking style of defense, and they want them to be aggressive. But like I said this before, you have to maintain your gap integrity, and you have to set the edge. A guy two guys that came in and did that on a linebacking core was definitely Josh Woods and Anthony Pittman. They had better games as far as doing that in the run game. But those first group of guys, when you had Rodrigo's playing with the ones, I'm like, yeah, it's time to get the rookie out. He trying to be a little too aggressive because, and he probably was just juiced up, you know what I'm saying? But now here's my thing. A lot of these players haven't played in a similar system. Like this system's probably new for some of these guys. So I think it's coachable. I still would prefer a trade for a starting linebacker with some discipline.
Roll concept.
Yeah. So one thing I did see from Rodrigo, if you go and check it out on Twitter, man, he hip flipped another lineman, 300 pounds. Dude just tossed him like he was a rag doll. I was like, what the hell? I was like, come on, bro. You be hip flipping people all day. He just like flipped him over, like, okay. He like, get off me, and just like tossed him. So the Lions secondary, played decent. That rookie, Chase Lucas, needs some more reps. I want to see him play more reps in Indy versus the Colts this week. I think he'll move up the depth chart pretty quick. I think it's one of the reasons why they, drafted him, because he could look at who his college coach was, Herm Edwards, one of the best, defensive backs in league history. I mean, and he just had pro type coaching out there at Arizona State. So I think he's going to be a player that can move the depth charts really fast. My man, the phenomenal one, AJ Parker, man, he needs some work. Lowest ranked DB as far as PFF score, but he'll be all right. But I said it before, and I same thing I said about the offense, man. I ain't overly concerned. I ain't panicking yet. I'm concerned a little bit, but I ain't panicking. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't time to hit the red alert button. You know what I'm saying? It ain't DEFCON 1. You know what I'm saying? Are here on the field. It's preseason. When you have backups playing against the backups, man, you want them to play to a high. But we know what these guys can do because we saw them guys on the field last year. You just probably have to get back into a rhythm. But what you got, LL?
Yeah, pretty much. Everything that you guys said, and just about the quarterbacks, because that was like the thing that pretty much stuck out the most to me when I was watching, was our inability to stop the quarterbacks from getting out and making plays just with their feet, running and things. But first game of preseason, very vanilla defense. And the guy, I forget whoever it was, but whoever was calling the game said that he said, in some of these situations in regular season, they'll probably put a spy out there. So, a lot of these things, is just got to observe it as it is for the first preseason game.
Yeah.
I don't see some of these things going on and lasting into the second preseason game or into the regular season. Just a quick shout out to Jared Davis, in his return. I'm really rooting for him to make this team now. Like at first I didn't really care, but now I want to see him out there. I feel like he's going to be pivotal. He's going to be he's hitting out there. Like he's going out there. He's knocking guys down, doing things like that. So I'm anxious to see him make this team and actually get a whole bunch of playing time. And of course, Aiden Hutchinson, big TFL. He has some pretty decent plays. And the best thing about it is he just bounces back from play to play. Like right before that tackle for loss was I want to say it was something on his side that he didn't necessarily make the right play on. So he bounced right back on the next play. I just can't remember the exact sequence of it all. But so we are seeing some good things, and that's all that you should do in preseason is just look for, certain things, certain coaching aspects, and I guess the ability to adjust. And I feel like we did all of those things on defense. We just didn't get the win.
Yeah, he put up on Marcus Mariota and let us smell that cologne, man. You know what I'm saying? With that nade out of bounds, like, You gonna feel me there, big fella?
Yeah, you know what though, man? I do like one thing. Last thing I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, Grins. I do like the going back to the 4-3 instead of that 2-gap scheme where the linebackers are more confident. You know, instead of playing that sideline to sideline and doing this, and when you do this, you're catching. You know what I'm saying? When you do this, you're catching people instead of attacking. And I would rather us miss a play attacking instead of us missing a play catching. And that's one reason why I approve of our new defense over here at Jackson Northwest, because we attack instead of just catching. And that's one big thing that I'm against. I do not like the retreating, catching, sideline to side. I just want to go forward and knock the snot out of somebody. But if you like this content, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. You know how we do it, man. We on that march. We trying to get there. Y'all can all help us. Y'all can get on y'all separate laptops and help us out, man. And yeah, man, just check us out. Lions on the Prowl. What you got up next, Curt?
Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Y'all home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. It's time for my favorite segment because we get to hear from you guys. It's time for the comment cards, baby. All right, first up, we got my man Derek Lewis says, yes, trade for Smith, a second and a player. I'm sure they have an eye on this guy. I think so too. It's gonna be hard because you know he's interdivision, and I don't think the Bears has ever traded a player with us in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's ever happened.
If it's
first time for everything.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
first time for everything.
We traded with the Vikings draft day,
never a better time than now. But 77 Blazers baby says second and the wide receiver or second and the fifth. I would forgive us for winning and not having a shot at Will Anderson Jr. from Bama. Yeah, he's speaking about a possible trade for Roquan Smith, and that's why I say you might have to end up giving up a one just to sweeten the pot a little bit for an interdivision trade. Thanks for the comments, 77 Blazers, baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all. John Kapler says, yes, we should trade for Smith, but what's the compensation? Like second and a fifth and Cephas? If we could do that, I'd do it. I would do it. So I mean, because he is a generational talent, man, and he's only 25 years old, and he's due for that first big contract outside of his rookie contract, man. And man, when you got a guy who's third in the league and snaps, and he had 163 total tackles, man, gone.
Yeah, for real. I'm down with that. All right, Richard Steele, what up, cuz? He says, leave number 9 alone and retire 9 and 81 together. My only concern is running out of numbers in the future. We currently have 7, 20, 22, 37, and 56 retired, and there are quite a few more Lions who deserve a place in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, sponsor of the show, Herman Moore, been overlooked. We really need to put our past stars on our version of the Circle of Honor and be careful not to use all of our numbers up. Stafford is deserving to keep his number open and not let anyone use it. The only thing, cuz, is that my man asked. He asked.
Right.
I mean, J-Mo went, he said, hey, man, I want to wear this number. And Stafford said, go ahead. I ain't there no more. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. What you got,
Right. King SJ says, I'm not really upset about the change to number 9, but I would have preferred J-Mo keep 18, especially with the Megatron honor being behind the number 18.
Right.
But I give J-Mo credit for reaching out to Stafford before making the change. It is what it is. It ain't my number. I don't care. Stafford don't care, so I really don't care. Welcome to the new number 9.
Yep. Right on. Oh, shit. Why y'all gotta give me this comment? Casey Bayboy says only 9 stands are butthurt. Maybe he meant fans. Only 9 stands are butthurt. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you. Only 9 stands are butthurt. Let's be real. Us 9 fans riding with all 9s, Rodney Pete included. Do your thing, J-Mo.
Not Rodney Pete.
Not Rodney. Oh man, not Mr. Pete. Oh wow. That's okay.
You know, Rodney.
I get it.
You know, Rodney Pete wore 9 for all of his NFL teams except for when he played with the Raiders. He wore 16 with the number he wore in college. But he wore right now the Lions, I think Philly, the Carolina Panthers. I mean, then the Cowboys. He wore 9 his whole career. So shout out to Rodney
Rodney
B, man.
Then
That's my
he
dude.
went marry Holly Robinson. So go on, Rodney.
Go ahead, man. For real, for real. All right, that's your comment cards for the day, man. Y'all know what to do, man. If y'all want to get his name on the comment card and get your comment read, leave us a comment in the comment section of this video, man. And you know how we do it, man. We're going to pick 6 of those things and give y'all a shout out and show y'all some love, man. For showing us some love and leaving a comment right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. All right, man. Now it's time for us to do what? Go to everyone else's favorite segment. It's time for Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go on over to her Facebook page, link in the description below. If you don't do a Facebook, go ahead and put in Delightful Bites on Twitter or on Instagram or TikTok, and you'll see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Man, this story, it kind of came out a little later on. I know that Taylor Decker mentioned it in his presser after the game, but Jared Goff went to Dan Campbell before the preseason game and said, I'm playing. If my guys are playing, I'm playing the first. Yeah. He said, the starters are playing, I'm playing. That's the type of leadership I'm liking from Jared Goff. A man said, if my guys, my starter, offensive line, and all the other starters are playing, at least the first quarter, I'm playing too. And he just walked into Dan Campbell's office and said, hey, man, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Put me in, coach. You know, I want to play. So I'm liking that leadership from him. We don't need to see his ass no more the rest of the preseason, but at least the game where the starter's going to play, he got there and played. I like the leadership saying, hey, man, put me in, coach. Hey, man, good and good job. Because he went out there, went 3 for 4, and I really don't blame him on the pass that was incomplete because Jamal Williams had it in his hand and dropped it. So
hit him in the face, man.
Yeah, good job in the game, Jared Goff, and good show of leadership by saying I want to be out there with the guys out there on the field. You know,
that's why we got Justin Jackson.
Yeah. So, all right, that is Dessert with Man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, real quick, let's go on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got my man Detroit Drew hanging out, man. The DSA member Joseph Carter in the building, Shane on the Insano, Bob Korowski, and Big Q or David Anderson, depending on what the day of the week is. Over our silver members, we got Cap Ice Cold, Batman at a 313, John Martin, and Henry Wallace. Next up, we got my man Michael Huck in the gold members, always there, Mr. Reliable himself, North End Ken, just in the D. My man Michael Lewis is in the building, Nicole or Lady Liner or Douche Baggy of the Jazzy one, Paul Jarose, and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Final thoughts for today's show. We're going to the man, the myth, the legend, the high player from the Himalayas. LL, what you got for your final thoughts for today's show?
Well, happy Monday. Please be kind. And it's just the first preseason game. So, you know, we have much more to see.
What you got, Coach Mike?
Right on, man. Yeah, like I said, man, it's just one game. Defense, we gotta step it up. We need to call somebody, man, and call Dallas for a linebacker. We need to go and surf them waiver wires early for another 300+ pounder, and we'll be straight, man. Peace out, y'all.
For real. All right, my final thoughts for today's show is, man, it's first preseason game, and it is what I thought it was. But it's Monday, man. You know what I'm saying? The grind starts today. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day at work, man. Be safe. Be kind. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow night, episode 2 of Hard Knocks on HBO. Yeah. We had a full breakdown on Wednesday of what's going on, but we look forward to bringing you more content tomorrow. So tune in and check us out. And, you know, stay and rock with us, man. We 5 days a week again. So just come back and hang out with us right here on this channel. Hey, man, thank you for hanging out with us, eating your lunch. So you ate your lunch. You got a meeting, though. So them knocking through crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you know you got to do. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.